Welcome everyone in this new lab development video about building an auto battle game. In this video we're going to start taking care of player taking damage and the fact that we are losing. But first I wanted to say that we still have the bug that some unit anime instances are stuck in victory mode when respawned. But we're not going to fix it right now. We're going to move forward and to take care of that logic. But first, before doing that logic, we need to think about how we want to implement it, because there's many ways to implement that. And what am I talking about is the moment when the units are all dead and they are in victory pose, and in here we need to say how much damage took the red player, and we need some kind of way to display that. And in some games there are some kind of animation, add animation and stuff like that. So I thought about how we could be doing this in our own game, and I figured out that first we had to do some kind of management of the HUD we currently have, because in here we don't even know who we are up against, and the list of player on the left is kind of annoying. At that moment it's preventing us from doing the proper interface we want for the current combat. So we need to update these. So we're going to go ahead and start looking at our widgets in-game, I think. Maybe that's going to be in match. No, I don't think it is. Yeah, score screen entry, I believe. Yeah, I think we want to do some kind of stuff like this. This is gonna take everything, but this is gonna be like of this color. Yeah, but we need to tell that in here that we want. So I guess where are we doing this? In here, set color, we want to make a color in here, and we want to break, and this is what we want to do. Yep, we even want 0.5, I guess. Like this. And maybe for now we don't want the current team, we want that to be visibility collapsed, and we're not going to have it, but we don't know anymore who we are, so I guess we'll just add a border here and put the image in the border, tell the border to use everything. I don't remember. We tell the border not to. Maybe we don't have to do this way. I don't quite remember how we make it so the border is actually a border. To be around. I want this to be around. Maybe I'm kinda certain this is what I want. Okay, I'm starting to get somewhere. I want that to be green above. I mean in the around. this is not what I want. Oh, maybe I can cheat that, adding another image here which takes everything without padding, and if the border has 0 padding, it's gonna use everything there, and the image is going to be full up. It's going to be like this. So in here it doesn't change anything. And if we are local in here, yeah, we're still gonna, no, we're no longer gonna change the color of the text of our team. So this is gonna be image local background, and this is gonna be, yeah, full. Yeah, this is gonna be like this by default. 0 opacity, and the border is going to be like this. We're going to promote the border to a variable. Border set padding, make margin. We want like 2, I think, and we want to set that the local image background sets what is it? Tint? No, it's color and opacity. Set color and opacity. And we want like full green, and we're going to be, yeah, so this is not what we want. Oh, of course, I'm dumb. What if this is green? Yeah, it's gonna be like this. Yeah, of course. So we'll just cheat this out. This is just gonna be like this, and the image is gonna be like 5, maybe like 3. This is gonna be green, and this is gonna be collapsed by default. And we no longer need a border. Yeah, we don't need the border anymore. And we just want to set the visibility of this to visible. I mean, we're yeah, visible. So this is me, and this is me. Okay, and we don't want that to be that big. Is that, yeah? This is a button, so we want that to be like smaller. Maybe we're gonna have a trouble with this. We have the player name, so maybe not that small. Like this, and the name font is gonna be smaller. Oh, we're not it's quite funny. We were in the proper order previously, and now we're not. That's quite strange, but it doesn't really matter. So now that we have this, if we are in combat phase here, we want our opponent name to be displayed, I guess. So I think in here, so we're switching because we know who we're up against. So it's like we need to display our opponent here and ourselves here. So if we are in battle, yeah, like this. So we're gonna create a new widget. In-game score screen. Yeah, well, yeah, I think. No, I think. We're gonna create a new blueprint class, which is gonna be a player entry. WGT. Um, um, how can we say that? Match player entry. And we want that to be. Yeah, we want to add a size box here. We want set. We're gonna set desired. We're gonna make this a variable, and we're going to override get size box with this, and we want this to be, yeah, if that's of that size. No, we don't want this. Yeah, maybe more something like this. So we're gonna have a progress bar, which is going to be the amount of else remaining for that player. We're gonna have a text. Yeah, we need like a vertical box, and we will put all of this in an overlay with an image behind all of this, which is gonna be like almost invisible. So we want the player name, which is gonna be above this, and I think that's all for now. That's all we need. And we're gonna put the progress bar a little field. So it's too big, I think. Maybe we can go this way. This text, yeah, it can be bold. It can be bold and italic, I guess, like 20. And we want the progress bar. Can we change the size of this? I guess we need to put this into a size box. Yep, like this. And we'll just say that the background image is almost, yep, like this. Yeah, I guess we're gonna get rid of the get size box function. Yeah, like this, I guess, and the size box is gonna take the whole space. A little bit of padding. No, I don't like that. So like this, and this is gonna be, so the text is gonna be text player name. This is, which is gonna be a variable, and we're going to override this. Get player name texts. Match player entry. So if we look at this, we can have two of these, but we don't want to plug them like this. We'll use an overlay, and we'll put this in an overlay, which is going to be located in the middle by default. 300 in X, 500 in Y, 0.5 alignment, and 2X alignment, and one of these is going to be in the bottom. This is going to be called WGT opponent entry, and this is going to be self entry. In our graph, in our construct anim, we're gonna in our construct event, we're gonna grab our self entry. Do we have a player state? I guess we do at that time. And we do have the ref. Yeah, we do. Self entry. How do we feel player entry? I don't quite remember. Event construct bind to player state, so it doesn't have a player state by default. And update player name. So we want to create a new custom event called initialize. Maybe not an event. We want a function here. Initialize. We want to be calling this here. We want to grab this and put this here. And then in our score screen entry, not score screen, in our match player entry, we want to remove. We don't want to be calling the parent here. So we'll just add branch, an empty branch here, just to activate this. And in here, we want to set the player state ref of that entry to that player. And then we want to initialize. And I guess we should be seeing ourselves down here. Yep, we are. So this is our self. So I don't like the position of this. So I want that to be, yep, like this and like that. And I don't like the background image we added. So we don't want the background image. And it's too big. So the text is going to be a bit smaller. And the size box is going to be a bit smaller as well. Oh. Yeah, something went wrong, but I don't think. So I guess this is being called when this comes from the fact that, yeah, we don't have the player, the client, when he calls this, it doesn't have a player state ref, because we're adding the in-game HUD at the wrong time. I suppose. Create main HUD. So yeah, we're never actually calling this in the player controller, we're calling this in our in-player controller. When we spawn, and I guess we shouldn't be calling this here. But only when our player state is up and running. Check for local player state. When we found it, set local state. We're going to create a new function on player state ready. And in here we're going to call this on player state ready. We're going to grab this, put this here, cast to BP player state. And we're gonna remove this and override on player state ready. We're gonna call the parent and we're gonna create the in-game HUD only when the player state is ready. And we're no longer going to have errors. On player state ready, create main HUD. Like this, we're happy about that. And the top one should be hidden by default. Hidden. But when we start a new phase, and when it's the combat phase, we're switching and we should be telling our opponent entry, set player states, get opponent's player from our player, get player. Can we get the player state here from, yeah, we can find like this, and we'll tell this to initialize. And do we actually, we need to unbind ourselves. Unbind previous state in here. When we bind, we should unbind. Set theme, set color, we are fine. I think we don't need to. Do we need to do that? Yeah, we do. So we need to unbind, indeed, as well. So we need all of this, we need to copy that, go there, paste that. We need to check if we actually have a player state. And if we do, we need to unbind to team change. We need to unbind to team color change. We don't want unbind all events here. Unbind event from dispatch. Yeah, that's what we want. Unbind local. Unbind event from local. So I want to plug this here, and this here, and we want to get rid of this. Hit compile. So yeah, we're unbinding ourselves, and then we're feeding our opponents, and we need to set that to visible, and we'll check that. We'll check how it behaves. So we have our opponents, and we drew, and we still have our opponents, so we want to hide this. If we're going to the recruit phase, this is going to be hidden. Oh yeah, we'll get rid of that print. So yeah, let's get rid of that print in our combat unit, I guess. Not the anim state. I think that's when we set our AI state. Oh yeah, like this. Okay, we're fine with this. We'll just make it so it has the right color. Get color, get player team color of this guy. And our match player entry is gonna have a new function, set team color. It's strange that our player entry doesn't have this. Set color. Yeah, we do have this actually. So when we set the color, what does it do? We'll see here. And this is what we want to be calling. Set color. We want to grab our progress bar. Set color and opacity. I don't quite remember how we've done with the unit else bar. I think we just modified the color. Yeah, so we have our enemy color, we're fine. And I think we want the event called pop face feedback. I think we want that says victory and defeat. Victory. Okay, so I'm thinking about we need to reduce the amount of time we have to draw. I think that's combat phase end delay. No, that's actually the amount of time we have. When do we start this? We need to know when we add something here. Win timer delay. So yeah, that's basically the amount of time players have to draw without I added the question mark at the end. We don't want that. So win timer delay, the amount of time players have to draw, we'll reduce that to like 0.5 seconds. So yeah, it says victory, we're fine with this. We're just gonna increase the amount of time we have before the end of combat phase. We'll put this to like 6 seconds, like 5 and 1 for the win timer. Like this. And then we want something that writes display phase feedback. We're changing the name of the text phase feedback. Yeah, we're gonna add another text. Let's add this in our canvas panel. We want that in the middle. 0.5 size to content. No, actually not. We want that to be like 500, 300. The text is gonna be located in the middle. So yeah, we don't care, it can size to its content. We want that to be as big as our we should have yeah, we can just copy. We want the value of that text, and we pretty much want the same thing than this. Actually, we're gonna remove our text, we're gonna copy and paste that vertical box, and this is gonna be vbox match result feedback. But we're not gonna have we're gonna collapse turn 0 for now. This is gonna be the amount of damage we take or deal. Text damage results. Like 17, we don't care. This is just a border. This is just match result border. The other one is gonna be, oh yeah, we called it line break. Okay, so this is gonna be line break phase, and this is gonna be a line break result. Text match result, and this is gonna say victory, and the other one is gonna say, by default it's gonna say recruit phase, and we're gonna hide this one with the I. So we have this. We're gonna duplicate the pop phase feedback. We're gonna call this pop match feedback, and we're gonna select our match result feedback, right click the phase feedback here in the animation, and replace with vertical match result feedback, like this. And if we grab this and hit play, we can say it's writing victory. But I think we want to get rid of the keys of the key value of the transform translation. So we just have the fade. Render opacity. We want 0 here. And we want like 1 here. And I don't think we should be changing the, yeah, we'll see we'll see how we do it. Yeah, we're just gonna increase the length of this a bit to like 3 seconds. Here we have 0 opacity. We want to put this here, and it's gonna last for like 2 seconds. Yeah, that sounds better. So I think we'll have a slight scale impact. Yeah, we don't care for now, it sounds fine. So display phase feedback, we're gonna have another function called display match feedback. On player match ended we're gonna grab this. So if this is us, yeah, we're gonna pop that display match feedback. We're gonna go there, and we want to play. So first we want to set some text. Match result, set text, and but we'll need the result. So this is gonna take a match result enum, like this. So in here we want to be selecting draw, defeat, and victory. And what do we want to do? We want to play the animation. Pop phase, no, pop match, play animation, and we want to hit play. Draw. Okay, we're fine with this. So it was a draw. And what now? Who do we think wins? The ogre or the 3 units? We'll see. The grunt, I meant. I think the red is gonna win. But I might be wrong, because the grunt is like ripping them off. Okay, the grunt won. Oh. If I'm not mistaken, it was written. Okay. That's the same error we had. So that's the same error we had when we actually were so I think we need to be doing this, but I'm not sure. So blue is supposed to see win. Yeah, victory and defeat when we were doing this. That's what I was searching for. So who's gonna win? The 3 knight or the crowd? Okay, I think it's certain that the crowd was gonna lose, so I added 1 more knight. So yeah, we want to write the amount of damage we take. I guess we want to write the amount of damage we take, or we deal at that moment. In here it should be written the amount of damage we take, and then it should remove our health here. Well, it should just remove our health and it shall reflect everywhere. Okay, so I think it's gonna wrap up that video because it was already quite long, and we implemented the widgets, the widget features we needed for to reflect, to feedback the loss of health. So we're fine with this. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.